Hello everyone, welcome back to Business with Mike. Today's episode, we are going to talk about small businesses. Oh, the thrill of owning your own business. Have you ever had that thought? Most people have throughout the entire lifespan. Most people at some point says, I want to have my own business. Oh, the thought of being able to go on vacation whenever you want. Maybe take a private jet. Or, maybe it's buying your wife something fancy that she always wanted. I don't know. Maybe it's a new car, a house, whatever it is. Think of all those things that you can do if you go into business for yourself. Now, maybe we look at the realities of that. Doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's a grind and you've got to work late at night, be up early in the morning. I had a business, I founded 2 of them, and we went on vacation, went to Hawaii. It was wonderful. However, I was getting up in the dark before everybody else. When they were all asleep, I was on the computer, transferring money, making sure payroll was done, ordering products, looking at numbers. I spent probably 3.5 hours just in getting everything ready for the day in the dark. And now as everyone's beginning to wake up, okay, now I gotta close my computer, I'm texting people, and it was an all-day affair even though I was on vacation. Yeah, it doesn't always work out the way you plan. However, I had a great vacation. My family had a great vacation also, and my business continued to move. But it was a lot of work that I had to get done during that time. But let's talk about owning a small business. Business is a lot like music. Everyone has their own genre. We're all good at something. Maybe you're good at gospel music, top 40. What do you like to listen to? Country music, jazz, or blues? Everybody has their own genre. Business is the same way. And you can't be open up to all genres. It's very, very difficult to do. So you have to understand and be good at what you are very good at. So if you're really, really good at this, that's great. And you're opening a business doing that, that's wonderful. However, there are other things that go along with that, and you're not going to be able to please everyone along the way. So keep that in mind, that at some point, someone's going to dislike whatever you're doing. Or you find out that you're not really good at another aspect of the business. Maybe you're great at selling, but you're not good on the backside of the office stuff. Or maybe you're not good at selling and you're great at everything on the backside. I don't know. It's just an example of. You find out that you have to be ready to take on tasks that you may know zero about or very little. And it's time to learn. So you have to do a lot of homework. Homework is the next part of. Know your competition. What is your competition? What are they doing really, really well? What don't they do really, really well? Maybe there's something in there that you are able to go into and make it better, which would help your business. Or maybe that's the genre of the business that you work on in that competition of those people that have the weakness in this. Okay, that's what I'm going to be really, really good at. What do they do better than you? What do you do better than them? What are their weaknesses? What are your weaknesses? You've got to be able to be honest with yourself if you're going to do this for yourself. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of study to be able to do these things. You can do it. You just have to be able to understand that there's a lot that goes around it. So knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses helps you. So that way, as long as you're honest with yourself that says, man, I'm really good at this, but I'm not so great at that. I don't know a lot about that, so maybe I need some help in that direction. Talk to an expert, talk to several experts, and find out and learn. And maybe you go, hey, I now know enough that I can take this task on by myself. Or you go, let me hire somebody to do that for me. I'll give you a great example. My wife and I, okay, maybe me, I always wanted a sailboat. I wanted a boat badly. And down the road one year, I took her out on a sailboat and she fell in love. And we loved it. We knew nothing about sailing. But guess what we're going to do? Guess what Mike's going to do? You're right. We're going to buy a sailboat. And guess what we did? We looked 2 years later. We ended up purchasing a sailboat. It's a great time. But in the beginning, we couldn't figure out how to start it. We had to Google and look up how to start the engine. We knew nothing about sailing, and we did it all on our own, and we learned on our own. But there was a lot of ups and downs, shall we say, in doing that. And we had a blast. Her and I never laughed so much in our lives. Yes, there were days that were very frustrating. However, we had so much fun with that sailboat that it was great for us. Business can be the same way. You may have to figure out how to do something. You may be Google, it may be your best friend on how to do something. YouTube, there's tons of these. You're seeing it right now. And thank you, by the way, for being here. While we're on the subject of watching and listening, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. It really, really helps us grow. And we want to be part of you and your community also. So if you would like to be on our podcast, please reach out to me. You'll see the information below. I appreciate it. Capital. Capital is lifeblood of a business, especially a small business. So you have to also do your studies in that. Do I have enough money? How long will I have to go if I do not have a paycheck? How long do I have to go if there is zero income? And I still have bills to pay. What are those bills? You have to look at all of that and put all that together to understand if I have to go a certain amount of time before I can make money, do I have that available? It's very important. You have to think about these things. Most small businesses don't think about that. They think, hey, we're going to go into business and immediately make money. No, that doesn't always it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it does, and congratulations for you. But not everybody does that happen to. So you have to be cognizant of that, aware of those things, that you don't know what that future holds. So if you want to be there in that future, you have to look at those and understand. And I have to set aside money in capital, whether that is on your own by yourself, or maybe you do a business loan. I don't know. That's up to you. I don't know your finances, but you have to look at those and have to understand those in order to make sure that you thrive in your small business. You also have to get your community involved, whether it be with the Better Business Bureau, Chamber of Commerce, whatever those are. You have to be able to get the community involved and be around you. Maybe it's going to charitable events, different things like that. But you have to also involve yourself with the community in some way, shape, or form. So that's just the beginning of planning for a small business. We'll get more into it, but now let's talk about the fun stuff. Let's talk about what the market is right now and today. Wow. With everything going on in Venezuela, does that really affect the markets? We shall see. Don't really know. Coming into the new year, are we after Venezuela's oil, or are we after their $60 billion in Bitcoin reserve? I don't know, but it's a thought. Not a conspiracy theory. I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, but I'll let you think about that. Comment below and let me know. What do you think? Are we after the oil, or are we after the Bitcoin reserve, or none of those? Maybe it's and. Maybe it's both. Anyway, let me know. I'm curious your thoughts. Bitcoin today is at 91,867. So it's gone up from just last week when we talked. Continues to go up and down a little bit, but we did have some growing, which was good. And we'll see where it continues to grow. It's got to give above that 92,000 resistance, and then it has to grow up to get back to that $100,000 range and go above that one. That may be the next resistance. We'll see. XRP. XRP is at $2.20 today. It rose up higher. It was at $2.25 yesterday, has come down a little bit. But we know XRP is going to go way up, and we'll see that. And if you jumped on that board, you're going to be a big part of that. Now, if you're thinking about investing, contact me. I'd love to talk to you about Kenson Investments. And if not, if you want to do it on your own, fantastic. I would like to know what you're investing in, and is it working for you? Or what are the challenges that you're running across? We all have them, ups and downs. It works both ways. Hopefully at the end of the day, it's more up than it is down. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you've come out with some ideas on how to do your small business. Again, if you'd like to be on our podcast, please email me. I would love to have you. I'd like to know more about you and what you are doing and what we're doing out there in the world. So please let me know. And again, thank you so much for listening. And we'll do this again next week. Bye now.